Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Healthy Workplace, where we explore how to create a culture of care, connection, and productivity at work. I'm your host, Dr. Williams, and today we're diving into a deeply emotional and important topic, and that is coping with the death of a colleague or a loved one, and how this very human experience impacts not just our personal lives, but our performance, relationships, and well-being in the workplace. Grief doesn't clock out when we clock in. It follows us, quietly or loudly, into every meeting, email, and task. And as leaders and co-workers, it's time we begin talking openly about what that means and how we can support one another. Grief manifests in different ways. Some people withdraw, some push themselves harder, and others just try to numb the pain. Regardless of how it shows up, grief affects concentration, motivation, communication, and emotional regulation. Research shows that employees experiencing grief are at a higher risk for burnout, absenteeism, and reduced performance. According to the Grief Recovery Institute, what we call GRI, companies in the U.S. lose more than $75 billion annually due to reduced productivity associated with grief. That's a staggering figure, but the human cost is even greater. And it's not just about personal loss. The death of a colleague can ripple through a team like a shockwave, leaving behind confusion, sadness, and even guilt. Work culture doesn't always know how to respond, so we often say things like, take all the time you need, without following up, or worse, we say nothing at all. So how do we heal while still showing up for our jobs? First, let's be honest. Healing is not linear. Some days you'll feel like you can handle things. Others will hit you out of nowhere, like a wave when you least expect it. And that is normal. So here are a few personal coping strategies to share with anyone that is grieving. Give yourself permission to grieve. There is no right way to mourn. It's okay to cry in your car during lunch. It's okay to say, I'm not okay. Establish gentle routines. Routines can offer a sense of control. Even small wins, like making coffee or checking one email, can all help ground us. Setting boundaries. Know your limits. If certain tasks feel overwhelming, ask for help or delegate when possible. Practice mindfulness. Grief lives in the body. Take time for deep breathing, meditation, prayer, or even walk outside. These moments of stillness can help regulate overwhelming emotions. Seeking connection. Isolation deepens grief. Talk to someone, a therapist, support group, friend, or even a faith leader. Just being heard matters more than being fixed. So there are some roles of leadership in grief support. This is especially important for the leaders and HR professionals listening right now. Your response matters. When employees are hurting, how you show up can either facilitate healing or deepen harm. Here are some strategies leaders can adopt. Acknowledge the loss. Silence is not neutrality, it's disconnection. A simple, I'm so sorry for your loss and we're here for you goes a long way. Offer flexible grief leave. Not everyone grieves on a timeline. You want to customize support. Maybe it's a few days off now or staggered time later. Check in, not just once. Grief doesn't disappear after a funeral. Schedule check-ins over time. Ask, how are you holding up these days? Creating grief-aware policies. Normalize conversations around loss. Consider employee assistance programs, mental health days, and quiet spaces at work. You want to model vulnerability. If a colleague passes away, leaders should share their own sadness. It gives permission for others to feel too. When leaders lean into compassion, they don't just support one employee. They shape a culture where people are allowed to be human. So let's go a step further. What is grief literacy? What part of workplace training is this? What if empathy wasn't just a buzzword, but a daily practice? Imagine a workplace where people feel seen not just for their performance, but for their pain. Here's how we can build that kind of environment. Incorporate mental health awareness into onboarding and leadership training. Create peer support or grief circles. Include loss, trauma, and resilience in DEI conversations. Share stories. Invite guest speakers or team members to share their journeys with loss and healing, if they feel comfortable. So, final thoughts and encouragement. To anyone grieving right now, whether it's a loss of a parent, child, partner, or coworker, I want to say this: you are not alone. Your grief is valid, and healing is possible. And to leaders and teammates, let's not shy away from difficult emotions. Let's show up. We show up with grace, flexibility, and care. When we do that, we don't just help people get through it, they can begin to grow too. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. If this episode resonated with you, please share with a friend or colleague. Let's continue building healthy workplaces together. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of each other.